Hey guys, welcome to Amy's Autopsy Report. My name's Amy, and this video is going to be a review for The Witch. And I'm pretty sure everyone has seen, most people have probably seen the movie at this point. I'm behind the times on this one. The Witch, a New England folk tale, directed by Robert Eggers. That's what the poster looks like. This was recent, out within the last few months. I'm not going to go into too much about the plot because I feel like most people probably know. Obviously, it's about witchcraft. I'll give you some basics, the very beginning basics. This family gets banished from the village that they're in. They're a pretty religious village, and they get banished from the village, and they have to start over. There's kind of some witchcraft being, accused of being a witch, and so that's why they're banished, and they have to go start over. So they start over, and all these problems just start happening. They have problems raising crops. They have problems, all sorts of stuff starts happening. Terrible stuff. The family basically starts being ripped apart by all of these things going wrong. And that's all I'm really going to say, because like I said, if you are late to the game like I am on this, I imagine most people have probably seen it at this point, but even if you haven't, I'm not going to spoil it. I think that this is a great film, and I think you should definitely check it out. So let's get into the things I liked about this film. The score was pretty amazing. It was very unique, and it was almost jarring at some points, but it was very effective. The cinematography was amazing. It was visually a stunning film. There were a lot of great settings that, out in the woods, just beautiful scenery. The acting was great. There weren't a ton of special effects, but what there was really well done. And, the story was just great. I did not really expect it to be this good. I've heard mixed things, and, sometimes people go on and on about a movie, sometimes like I do, and they're like, this is the greatest thing ever, and, you're like, it wasn't really all that great. So, that's what I liked about the film. Things I didn't like about the film. There wasn't really a whole lot. I mean, there were a few moments. It's definitely a slow burn. But I felt like I was engaged through the whole thing. So sometimes I'm not a fan of slow burn movies. Like if it's just too slow, I can't deal with that. I need something to keep me engaged. Even though this was a slow burn, it did keep me engaged. There's not much I didn't like about this movie, to be honest. It was a great film. I think that I know exactly why people are giving it mixed reviews, and I know exactly why some people hate it. Some people hate it, I'm sure, because it is a slow burn. It's not constant action all the time. It's definitely a story-driven piece. I know that some of the language is a little bit, Shakespearean at times, and that some of that might have been hard for some people to understand. It's not like a quick, crappy horror movie that's just like writing into the stuff, and it was really, really good. And there were a lot of things that happened that I didn't expect. This movie was really good. I personally, I loved it. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5. I say if you like a slow burn, creepy feel horror film that's definitely character driven and story driven, you should check this out. If you don't like a slow burn, if you don't like a New England feel, like it's definitely a period piece, if you don't like that kind of thing, you're probably not going to like this film. If the Shakespearean type of language kind of bothers you, you're probably going to have issues with this film. I loved it. I thought it was creepy. I thought it was well done. Everything about it was well done, and the end was such a great payoff for me. I loved it. So I say thumbs up, 5 out of 5. Give it a watch if you haven't already. And that's it for this review. I will catch you in the next one.